The crisis in Bangladesh is still among the top trends today. There are reports that Hindus in the country are facing revenge attacks following the PM's resignation. Now, the incoming interim leader has asked his people to stay calm after weeks of violence left hundreds dead. Manisa Danabalan joins us live. Manisa, what can you tell us here?
Nicole, Hindus in Bangladesh are said to make up about 8% of the population. The uprising forced PM Sheikh Hasina to flee to neighboring India, but the minority Hindu community, who are reportedly seen as Hasina's allies, were also attacked.
Yes, I'm looking forward to going back home and see what's happening there and how we can organize ourselves to get out of the trouble that we're in.
The newly appointed chief advisor of Bangladesh's interim government, Mohammed Yunus, left Paris today to travel to Dhaka. The 84-year-old and his Grameen Bank, a microcredit organization, won the 2006 Nobel Peace Prize for their work to lift millions out of poverty by granting small loans of under $100 to the rural poor of Bangladesh. In Yunus's first statement, he congratulated the students who took the lead in making our second Victory Day possible. After days of chaos, things were much calmer today, according to some living in the capital.
Things are developing. I haven't heard of any death news today, but even yesterday we have had some law enforcement officers of some law enforcement agencies were killed because they were obedient to the last political party, that is Bangladesh Awami League. So people, they were not friendly with the people. They were just serving the interests of the government, of the fascist government, I would say.
Garment factories reopened today, hoping to swiftly resume full operations after production was disrupted by the violent protests. The industry is said to account for 90% of the country's exports. For Yunus, he's now stepping in with a busy road ahead.
All these institutions have been fundamentally eroded by Sheikh Hasina regime. They served singular purpose to cover up Sheikh Hasina's crime and corruption. So the task is very tall. You have to fix from top to bottom, from democratic institutional architecture to the inflation that affects everybody.
But the biggest challenge for Yunus?
The violence that is spreading across the country. To contain that, to bring back law and order. That will be a momentous task, because people feel that they are free to do whatever now when the government is gone.
And eventually he'll have to arrange an election for a new government.
So let's see what kind of interim government will be nominated tomorrow. If the students, for instance, who started all of this, will be represented in this new government, that would be a very, very positive sign.
Meantime, the exiled acting chairman of the main opposition Bangladesh Nationalist Party called for elections to be held as soon as possible following the release of his mother, former Prime Minister Khalida Zia, who was on house arrest. Yesterday, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said they're monitoring the situation very closely.
I would just say that any decisions that the interim government makes need to respect democratic principles, need to uphold the rule of law, need to reflect the will of the people. We, for our part, take very seriously the safety and security and well-being of American citizens, of our personnel. We went, as I think you know, to order departure of our non-essential personnel, and of course we'll be watching this day in, day out.
Many add that it will take time to see changes in Bangladesh, and that could take a couple of years. In the meantime, the interim government will be sworn in tomorrow night.